I'm trying to make this recording. We met several this morning. And don't forget to look at all the recordings that were made before. But when we know that it's obvious that Teresa killed her grandmother, basically said, her black grandmother. You know, something bothered me when she was trying to be me, and she came and she told a lie. She said that her grandmother that we saw said she had long hair. And then, but the people knew when they were, because they were trying to catch Teresa, that it wasn't true, and they pulled off her grandmother's wig. I never saw such a dirty person that would do their grandmother like that. But they showed me people in America, a man killed both his grandparents, who basically said number two. When she showed up, when her I didn't remember them. I remember her and what they had done. And basically said when she showed up, she was wearing duckworthakabunomars' mother's faux fur coat and her 2-carat diamond ring. The reason I saw those things because when I was kidnapped, I saw his mother and brother, but they were involved in that. You know, because he took all those women of Collenpowrlls. They go back to Timnah. Timnah was wasn't even Esau's wife, and she bore a Moloch. That's an Amalekite, which is the Amalekite, the father of the Amalekites of Moloch, and they know they're a Moloch. The Nazis are Moloch, and so's the Vatican. But that's it. So, but their faith, you know, that's not our God. So just want to let you know that too. Their Catholic faith. And Rome and all those things. But so it's just wrong what they tried to do. You know, we're the king queen of Italy, but we're Jewish, as I said, and they kept it quiet for the simple fact that because of the fascist parties and things like that, and they were threatening us. Mussolini and all those people, you know, people with Teresa, duckworthakabunomars, they you know, the fascists, the Nazis, they mixed with each other. Because we don't want to know that too, and there's no royal Nazi. And so, and those went to that too, and they tried to kill, tried to take our identities, tried to take our things. So, you know, I should remember, but I just one of the things that I remember when I saw, you know, when I remembered what she actually had done and who she was, basically duckworthakabunomars' wife. And, you know, her father, her grandfather, I saw him. And she was really nasty, you know, and I didn't remember anything. I saw him, and he had taken a second wife. She's supposed to be Asian, but I really, and she said I don't. She pretended I didn't remember. She said the woman was me, but Teresa was a liar. But she did all those things. But then and she was a prostitute. Okay, and Bubby, Queen Elizabeth. Doda Ema Bubby, Queen Elizabeth busted her because she didn't like it. Nobody liked the way she was trying to do. She was trying to be me. She busted her right here in Switzerland. But I said, and so she said everybody knows you're a prostitute. But duckworthakabunomars. But I said you're not anything. You're not any royal anything. They were trying to, you know, tell them she wasn't any royal thing. She was trying to take my identity. She wasn't any royal anything, and she was just somebody like her sisters that came to try to hurt us all. Nazi Germany. You know, America's Nazi Germany minus our people. Our people have to come out of there, even if it's a small number, they will make it. Okay, so make a long story short. So her grandfather supposedly took another woman. So okay, all right, Asia, Far East. You know, we know that people look a certain way because of what happened a long time ago. You know, the trade between Spain and China, but it's just too many. We know that there are other people that will come and try to pose themselves off as Asians, but we know the difference, okay? Especially when they're trying to get smart and trying to take up for the dirty people trying to get things. I see their faces. I can tell the difference because I'm part of the things that I've said. I'm part Castiliano Spanish. I'm part. I have a lot of Asian in me because my fingerprints are Asian. Basically, I have a lot of Far East in me. So basically, we want to let you know that we can't be king and queen of all those things, but if we don't have the blood in us, which we do. Even Queen Elizabeth, Bubby, Queen Elizabeth had Asian blood in her. She was a queen of Hong Kong. So we want to let you know that too. So now, you know, had that in her. So making a long story short, so she obviously killed her grandmother to try to cover up the fact that tell a lie for her grandfather about another woman they took. It's not true, people. That's really wrong, isn't it? So that's what I see beginning from word on high. It's obvious because, you know, she came with this other man saying that that was her husband. They had a cleaning crew. She tried to stay in her house. I hadn't remembered her. I said, you have an uncle around the corner. You go try to stay in NASIK's mother's other house. And she was still in that box of books when I was kidnapped. She was trying to take back to her house in Greece with her husband. You know, her husband is my beloved husband, King Shabby's father's brother. So that was NASIK's father. Then Teresa tried to say she was NASIK. When NASIK died, and Teresa was old enough to be our mother. She was older than Francis. NASIK's mother. I said, let you know that too. You know, Francis said, you're as old as You're as old as friends would say, you're old as me, just about. You're NASIK, you're not NASIK. So just to tell you the things that they did, criminal things they did for their government. Anyway, so it's obvious that's what she would try to do. She would try to tell a lie like that. And so that was somebody that just she would try to tell a lie. She would hurt her grandmother like that. So, but this is so. But when when I first remembered her, I remembered what she had done to her grandmother, and they pulled off her wig, because she told that lie like that. And when they came for me, she said, "Well, she said, her grandmother is gone, but but we'll show you hair from other people in my family. My family grows hair really, really long. Some of the family members, but said that too. But we were just trying to bust the people trying to hurt us all. Everybody knows what they had done and what they tried to do. They were stalking us and trying to kill us, trying to take our things. She was trying to take my identity, even as far as being in a. But the school tried to outbust us. So the school got hurt, and it's probably they tore it down because people were trying to tell me, try to help me remember that I had been kidnapped and I'm not from there and blah blah blah, and so they did that to the school, trying to cover. She pretended like she was her in jail, but they were involved in our kidnap abduction, and I didn't remember them. As I said, and trying to get near me, but they were always nasty to me. And my blood said because they knew that you didn't remember, and they were trying to help get rid of you with their government before you could. With their governments. As I said, Colin Powell was a general, and that was her uncle dad, and basically said, and so they would kill. He was a psychopath. See, these people are psychopaths. See what they do? A psychopath belittles you, and then they try to murder you. They treat you as a monetary value. Those are the traits of a psychopath. We saw the papers. They took us to see a movie. We told you about that. Don't Look Under the Basement, about what psychopaths do. So I just wanted to let you know that too. Then they said these are what the people do that are tracing us and trying to hurt us all. We were really little kids. My blood was sweet, and they took us to see the movie. And so basically let you know that too. Okay, so now try to keep alert. We'll talk to you as soon as we can. We'll try to post these videos. And Shavuot Tov again. And Hag Zameya is Shavuot. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's ox, ass, wife, fleece, or anything that your neighbor has. It's wrong to covet, and it's wrong what these people try to do. They tell these lies and try to do these terrible things, and basically that's it. But we don't lie about. We haven't lied about what I am or what we are or who we are. And I use my fingerprints to sign. Basically said they try to tell all these lies, and all the lies they tried to tell. The bad people try to hurt us all, and also. Bubby, Auntie Queen Elizabeth, Bubby, our grandmother, she wanted me to be the strongest, best Jewish queen there ever was. And she loved my blood and feet. Were her grandchildren and his sister, her granddaughter. People murdered her, and the real Prince William, who was really his wife. So we just wanted to too. We're her grandchildren. She was Jewish. It's dangerous to drive a truck during World War II. She fought the Nazis, and basically said. And God loved her very much. When God spoke to all of us, when God spoke to me when I was a little girl, he stuck his hands through the clouds because I saw something really scary down here, and so they told me to go to my room and one of the rooms I have and go and pray. And then I prayed, I saw, and it faced the east. I saw God's hands come through the clouds, face the Sid, and he and he spoke to me, and I said, God, it's dangerous down here. You take my soul and keep it in heaven. He said, but you need your soul to get from God. You need to live. I said, well, I trust that you can keep my soul in heaven and I can live. And it was a big old beautiful box that came through the clouds. The royals from our what the rabbis named when they made the fabric and everything, and some clothes that we have. Basically, because they got it right to where what we saw, how I described it, and basically said, and then God took the box back up in heaven, beautifully wrapped. So he told us to meet. I told all the grown-ups, I told everybody, I told my brothers to feed me, and he told us to meet us someplace in Turkey, and we did. And when it was a man that saw, and the man said he said, I saw that. God spoke to us, and Auntie Emma, Bubby, Queen Elizabeth was also there, Auntie Queen Margaret Denmark, and all the children, and everybody was our Rothschild family members, and everybody, and the Seeker's mother, everybody was with us, and God spoke to us, and he talked about how he loved Auntie Queen Bubby of England too, and everybody else. He talked to us. So we have to let you know too. And now, and Bush tried to ask a man where he had seen it, and the man would not tell him. And we know that they did something to the man, and the man said he'd never tell it. They said, and they tried to erect some statue that we don't do. They said, but it was in the wrong place, and it was illegal, and we don't do things like that. Bush and everybody. So we just want you to know that too. Okay, so he got somebody from another place to try to do it, and the place where we live. But it's where God spoke to us in that area, but the man would never tell. Okay, that's Saul. I saw that. And so, okay, so now, transcript, let's we'll talk to you as soon as we can. And Shavuot Tov again, and Hag Zameya. And it's Shavuot, and we'll talk to you as soon as we can.